If you're building complicated Canvas apps, you need to know about Canvas components. And today, Hemant tells us how citizen developers can reuse common UI like custom flyouts, dialogues, and headers, and they can update these centrally within one environment or across environments. Today on PowerCat Live. Welcome to PowerCat Live. My name is Phil Toppers from the PowerCat team, and today I'm here with Hemant Gaur, Principal Product Manager. Hey, Hemant.
Hello, Phil. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Well, let's talk about Canvas components. What are they?
So Canvas components give citizen developers, low-code developers, a way to build reusable custom UX components, which can then be used by everyone in an organization. Let's, for example, take a header component in an app. You have to repeat the same thing over and over again for every screen. So Canvas components give makers capability without writing code to build the UX components where they can bring in the different base elements together and stitch them as one logical unit, which is components, add the properties which is desired for that component. And once that work is done, you can utilize it seamlessly across different app screens. So, in a sense, you build it once, everybody can use it from thereafter.
I'm a huge fan of Canvas components. They're so useful. Can you just show everyone how easy they are to use?
So let me show you how the component can be used inside the app.
Great, yeah.
So once I add the component, you can see the header component is available under header tab. I click on it. So once that is done, the header component is available to me in my app screen. So once you insert the header component, you can set different properties which we just created. So in this case, I want to set the fill color to blue. I want to also set the font color and then header text. So header text in this case could be account. So once I do that and create another screen, instead of creating this component from scratch again, I can just reinsert the same component which has a centralized definition. So in this case, if I insert the header again, it will give me the same properties. I can set it up the same manner we did for the screen 2, screen 1. So once the component is built, I can keep on improving on it. So in this example, I added a icon for plus symbol here, right?
Yeah.
So if I go to screen, as you can see, all my header components are already updated.
Yeah, there's so many uses for Canvas components, and updating is a huge advantage. So you mentioned earlier code components. So code components are different than Canvas components. What's the difference?
So the code components are for professional developers. Those are needed for the scenarios where out-of-box controls or the basic controls cannot meet the need. So when it's needed, you can code it up, you can mix and match inside an app using Canvas component and code component. In general, the guidance for the developers would be to start always with Canvas components because they are easy to build, easy to bring it into the app, and only when it's absolutely needed, that's the time when you should create a code component.
And a code component is what used to be called PCF, is that right?
That is correct.
And if anyone has questions on Hemant's role in PCF, you can see his Twitter handle on the screen. That should remove any doubt on what role he played on PCF. So you showed us using a Canvas component within a single app. What if I want to use it across multiple apps in my organization?
Canvas component library give you a way to create these components at a central level. So when you create a Canvas component library for an organization, all the apps inside that organization have access to that component library. Nice. When the app maker opens the app, they say a notification which tells that there is a newer version of component available, and they can choose to take the newer versions. And component makers can independently iterate over different versions of components.
And so to your header example earlier, you could have one person maintaining a header environment and many apps consuming and getting updated all at the same time too.
Exactly. And a lot of companies use it for, their custom branding and something which they want across the board to be used. This is a very common pattern we see in large enterprises where they build this common asset and then everybody in the organization, uses it, and that way they can just focus on the elements which are very unique to the app.
And it's not just about convenience. Branding demands it, that they all look the same. So you're here because Canvas components are now GA, generally available. Now that they're released, what's new that people should know about?
As you know, it has been in preview for quite some time. We have hundreds of thousands of apps already built and using components. For GA, our prime focus was to kind of focus on reliability, performance, accessibility, not just for the components, but also building the experience. And adding the ALM capability. So solution support, dependency between app and component, migration of apps and components across environment
Oh, wow.
is what is being shipped with this release. In addition to that, we also added support for image and media resource type to the component libraries. So that way you can use images and videos as part of your components, and they can be used with the app, something which was not possible in the past.
And can you show us how it works?
So as you can see, there are multiple components in this library: expand menu, header, dialog, and these are built using the base controls in the system and tied together using Power Apps expression. So once this library is there in the environment, which could have been brought through a solution, you can create an app, and these components will be available for every app in the system. So let's create a sample app. So I go to Control Add and then Get More Components. You can see all the libraries and components are listed in this flow. So I can choose what I want, import it into the app, and from that point in time, this library component is available for me to use within the app. So you can see the new section for library components. I can click and get the header component right within my app.
Super powerful. So Hemant, you've shown us using a component within an app and across apps from a library. What about across environments? Show me some of that magic.
Canvas components and libraries can be packaged inside a standard Dataverse solution and can be moved across the organization. Once you ship your component library to the target environment, the dependencies are maintained. And down the line, as you update the components in the library and ship it to the target environment, the apps in the target environment will get the update. So that way, the customization made by maker in the target environment is maintained while you are able to push your components into their app.
So you've come all this way and now Canvas components are GA. They're released. Where do you go from here? What do you got next?
There is a lot to be done, especially some of the features we want to do is add the PCF support to the component libraries to fade the boundaries between the Canvas components. So that way you can build a Canvas component using the code components and the native controls, which gives you more power. Yeah. Also, the Canvas component library is backbone for modern commanding. So we'll continue to evolve the modern commanding for more complex workloads. Behavioral properties, which give the capability to add functions you can call on components, is also something which will go public preview and we'll add it to GA. But I am definitely looking for feedback and inputs from our community, our users.
So add your feedback below in the comments and Hemant will respond. So where do people go if they want to get started using Canvas components?
So Microsoft Docs is a great place to start. You can see lots and lots of example in our Canvas component community gallery. In addition to that, Power App Forum is a great place where you can coordinate and talk to other developers to get more input on components.
Yeah. All those links are down in the description. Hemant, thanks so much for taking the time to show this and congratulations on it getting to GA.
Yeah, thank you, Phil. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for watching, everyone.